Keep it going, Virgin, everyone. Woo! Fun. Well, you got some potential, buddy. That was good, actually. Everybody having a good time so far? Yeah. Me too, and that's all that's important. Got Patrick Puckett up next. Everybody, I have not worked with this guy yet, but all the other comedians that are out there in the comedy world, you know, a lot of them text me messages privately and stuff like this, and they're like, dude, you're in for a real treat. This guy knocks him. And I was like, that's why I grabbed him, is because I heard from other people. So please, welcome to the stage. Not like it says on the flyer, because my flyer people got it wrong. It's not Jason, it's Patrick. Patrick Puckett, everyone, please.
Thank you. He can call me whatever he wants. He pays in cash. So, how we doing tonight? Good? All by yourself? I like the term social distancing. I like it because otherwise you have to admit that places are empty, and you know. Buck cherry. What are you gonna do, right? You know what I mean? Like they had that one song that. Nobody knows what that one song is, but they had that motherfucker, didn't they? And now we have to be socially distanced because everybody wants to go try to remember what that one song is. This is my I've been in Florida over a little over a year now. I'm one of you guys. I'm one of you guys. I'm Floridian now. I love this place. I didn't think I was gonna. You live in a state and then you hear bullshit about other states, and then you go to that state and you realize, oh, some of it's true, some of it's horseshit. And I was like, I'm gonna move to Florida, do what I gotta do here, get the fuck out. And I love this place. It is wild and crazy and exciting. Yes, it is. And what I was not prepared for was your wildlife situation. Nobody told me I was moving to a redneck Jurassic Park. And one night I was asleep one of my first couple nights here, and I feel something touch my leg, and I turn the light on, and one of those big old lizards, the iguanodonts, one of those iguanodonts was sitting there eating mosquitoes that were biting me. Like, hang on, I'm just gonna get this for you. You want one? That's pretty good. Gators everywhere, just randomly. This is the only state where you can see a guy wearing Crocs get eaten by a gator on a regular basis. Wild pigs just everywhere. Oh yeah. Driving down 41, I almost hit pigs that were running away from a fucking panther. I lived in LA for a long time. We did not see panthers chase pigs in LA. That's just something we didn't see. We saw black panthers chase LAPD. That's about as close as we fucking got. Oh, God. I have learned that there's all different kinds of people here, but essentially there's 3 types of Florida, depending on where you are. You go down south, you go to Miami, you know what I'm talking about? You want to start Florida? Welcome to Florida. We go to party, man. Baila. I'll tell you what we're going to do, man. We're going to get you a Cuban coffee, we're going to get you a Cuban sandwich, we're going to get you some cane. You can do my wife later. We're going to have a good time in South Florida. Then there's the country ass part of the state. Florida! Fuck yeah! Freedom! My cutoff shorts come here, but my mullet comes here. Because fuck yeah! Freedom! Anytime you hear a news story about Florida man, if you look in his eyes while they're handcuffing him and dragging him off, you can see freedom, 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 freedom. I can do whatever I want. Fucking freedom. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this old Jeep Grand Cherokee. I'm going to put 60-inch mud tires on it so I can go through 2 drive-thrus at the same time, because maybe I want waffle fries and a Big Mac and I can have it. Freedom. My country friends are wild. They always have a koozie in their pocket but never a condom. Like, just put a koozie on it, man. Country ass girls. You know you're like with a Florida country girl when she is as blonde as she can be and as tan as she can be at the same fucking time. And you'll know when you get them drunk too, because they'll get real quiet and just blurt out for no reason, fuck around and find out! And then just go back to being quiet. And if they quote Nicki Minaj lyrics at you, fucking run. Fucking run. Fuck around and find out. This is Florida. This area is Florida. We were up north. We got cold. We said, fuck it. We're going to Florida. Now we spend every day out of the lanai, whatever the fuck that is. We're just out on the lanai. We came down last year, the year before. Spent the whole pandemic on the lanai. We're COVID lanaiers, and we're... Me and my husband, we're both brown like new wallets. Like, there's an Inglewood, Florida, and there's an Inglewood, California, and I have lived in both, and both people are just as brown, but the ones in California are born that way. In Florida, earn it. Just a bunch of little midget George Hamilton motherfuckers just. The shorter my pants get, the longer my socks get. Pickleball. Somebody's like, I have something you can use in one of your skits. Why is it called pickleball? It has nothing to do with pickles. Pickleball refers to the old pickled person still alive playing pickleball. I went to my very first sandbar party. I had never been to one, and I was excited. Even though I lived in California for a while, I had never really been out on the ocean to the beach. I'd been at the beach, but never like on the beach. And I want to make a good impression. I don't want to embarrass myself in front of my new Florida friends. And I was like, all right, if I'm going to a sandbar party, if I'm gonna be out, I need to dress the part. So I'm like, you know what? Matthew McConaughey. There's a guy that knows how to be on the beach. I'm gonna just Google pictures of Matthew McConaughey, and I'm gonna wear what he wears. I'll be fine. And every picture is just board shorts and a bandana. So that's what the fuck I bought, what the fuck I wore. It never entered into my brain that in board shorts and a bandana, I don't look like Matt McConaughey. I look fat and kinda gay. It was also not explained to me that even with the spray on, even the spray sun lotion, you have to rub that in. I was just spraying it on and going. Now I look like I've been masturbating manatees all afternoon. We're in waist-high water. It was a Memorial Day event. They had 3 bands that all played the same Leonard Skinner songs. And everybody, like probably 100, 200 people, all on the sandbar, all kind of crowded close together. I've been drinking a little bit, not all that much, just a little bit. And all of a sudden I'm like, you know what, I gotta pee. Where's the bathroom barge? There's no bathroom barge. All right, I gotta find a place to pee. So I found some little tall grass kind of area off behind a boat, just kind of let one slip. And then as I was coming back, I realized, you know what? These people have been drinking a lot more than I have. And not a single one of them have fucking moved from their spot all day long. They're pissing on themselves and each other. And I'm watching kids float by on floaties, and like, it's a family, like, so one of the band leaders, he goes, hey man, you know, it's Memorial Day, and I think we should all take a moment to recognize the troops, because if it weren't for the troops, we wouldn't be here today. I was in the Army. As a troop, I never put my life in danger so that you could pee on your children. Not once, ever, did I ever shoot up and go, hey man, we gotta fight terrorism. There's some fat rednecks that need to piss on their kids. We need to fill the harbor with Michelob as fast as we can. These troops died so we can be here. No, we didn't. No. There was a guy, sadly, that died building the barge. That guy died so that we could all be here. Not the troops. Fuck around and find out. Yeah, I did. Sure did. I love dating in Florida. I love the women in Florida. God, yeah. Y'all are crazy and I love it. I swear my family crest should read "Red Flags Are Sexy" because wow. I tried dating. I grew up in Texas and I honestly I feel like the Goldilocks of the southern part of the United States. I lived in California and Texas and here, and it's like this place is too soft and this place, woo, Jesus, and then fucking Florida. It just California girls. I just didn't like taking them out. I just didn't like growing up in Texas where women and you could enjoy a meal with someone. Don't you like when you can go out and you can just enjoy a meal with somebody and you can enjoy food together? And like I know guys like it when their woman cook for them. Like it's important to have a woman that knows the good enchiladas will get you a lot of good inches. It's important to have that. And in California, just girls are just they're just Instagram models that I just can't. I just have to be careful how I have to whisper around food because I'll get fat if I whisper the name of food and I just can't. I have an audition tomorrow. I can't eat. I have to eat super clean. I was with this girl once that she asked the waiter, "Excuse me, the salmon on the menu, is the salmon grass fed?" Bitch, it's TGI Friday. Pick a 2 for $20 and let's go. I have to eat super clean. Tell me about the chicken Caesar salad. Maybe I can have that. Tell me, how's the chicken prepared? Was the chicken vaccinated? Did it go to a good school? Was it raised in a good home? Is it free range? I don't want that. Hold the chicken, and I don't want the glutons, and maybe no lettuce or tomato. You know, do you have a wet plate that I can lick? Because I have an audition in the morning, and not a Florida girl. You wrap a dick in bacon, she'll suck it with a side of ranch. Won't you? Shit. Or you're a blue cheese girl. I don't know. Whatever works. My favorite thing about Florida is you guys decided we're ready to go outside now. Fuck it. And you just decided no thanks. We're not gonna have to go. Like somebody was handing you, would you like some broccoli? No thank you. Like it just COVID? No thank you. California, they locked everything down in California. They locked everything down. Comics weren't doing shows anymore. We were standing in parking lots, shouting jokes at people walking by. The only way you could tell the difference between a comedian in California and a homeless guy in California was sometimes the comedian had a microphone. Wasn't plugged into shit. He was out there. Saw the Starbucks the other day. So the last show I did before the lockdown was in a prison. I wasn't staying there. I wasn't I was just visiting. But I was nervous about the whole thing. I've got one of these brains that just never shuts up. You have one of those brains that just doesn't ever shut the fuck up and just constantly that voice in the back of your brain just. One night I lost sleep. I did not sleep one night because I spent the whole night trying to work out the measurement chart between a buttload and a butt ton, how many buttloads in a shit ton, and then how many shit, and then there's how many fuckloads, then there's fuckloads, then shit tons to fuckloads, then there's as fuck, then there's Bitcoin. Where the fuck does... I'm a hypochondriac and a conspiracy theorist simultaneously. I have a lump on my ass that I promise you is cancer and is going to kill me very soon. But I refuse to go to the doctor because I know that doctors are just pill pushers for big pharma and they'll get me hooked on some mind-altering drug, or they might implant a chip in it that reports to China and they'll track my movements, all of my movements, And every time I fart, new Amazon shows up at my doorstep. I've got that kind of brain. So we're going into a prison, and we're going through the metal detector, and I am terrified as what other than metal are they detecting? Are they gonna, like, do they know my taxes aren't really up to date? Like, are they gonna sense that I have an 8-ball in the glove box? Like, what are we doing here? I'm coming for 10 minutes of comedy. Am I gonna end up staying a little longer than that? You know what I mean? We get out to the yard, and it's segregated. The way they have everybody sat is all the white guys are on the left, and all the black guys are on the right. The opposite of politics, if you're keeping that kind of score. Everybody else is kind of in the middle. And I'm in my head thinking about if ever I were in prison, like I don't know where I would sit. You know what I mean? Like I grew up in redneck, small town Texas, like the kind of place where the dogs have more teeth than their owners, kind of a redneck place. But like I have a lot of black friends that I grew up around, and my first wife was from El South. Like I have all these different play. And I'm just like, if ever I were in prison, I don't know where I would sit. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized I absolutely know where I would sit if I were in prison. If I were in prison, I would sit wherever the fuck my new boyfriend told me to sit, because I am not in shape. I don't have get off me arms. You know what I mean? I have sock folding arms. I can fold the shit out of some socks, but I don't have I don't work out. I'm pale. I'm pale like uncooked chicken meat. Like my belly button looks like a bleached Kardashian asshole. And until a week ago, I thought Pilates was an Italian restaurant, and I don't really. You know what I mean? Like I'm 40 now, sorry. So my metabolism is more like metabol isn't, and every day this thing will get bigger and bigger, and I see less and less of my own dick, like a cock sunset, sir, every day. And in prison, a mohawk is not a hairstyle, it's just a handle, and I am not built for that shit. And it would just be my fucking luck that I'd be getting taken down in jail, like, and I would like. So, you gotta get that lump looked at. That could be cancer. You might wanna. Do you ever let your mind look like that? Like, have you ever thought about if you were in prison or locked in an elevator with a UFC fighter? The same thing. It's the same thing. And he decided he was gonna have his way with you. Have you ever weighed out your options? Like, what are your choices really? I can either hold on and hope I black out and just deal with it. I can make some sexy move to make it end quicker. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. What are your options? These are the things that keep me awake in the middle of the night. I was married twice. Back to back. I got married back to back. I got back-to-back rings like a goddamn champion. I gave both of those rings back like a disgraced USC champion. My first wife was from El Salvador. That is how she said it. Are you from El Salvador? All right, I'm going to stand right over here. Is that hot temper? We fought constantly. She was from El Salvador. My redneck uncles did not understand the concept of El Salvador. Hey, Patrick, which one of the Mexican countries did you say your wife was from? El Salvador? Is that where she's from? El Salvador? Actually, Uncle Ron, El Salvador is central. It's in Central America. Central America? What you mean, like Kansas? No, not like Kansas. We fought all the time. We fought constantly because I am a asshole recreationally as well as professionally, and she had no sense of humor whatsoever. She almost stabbed me once. We were at breakfast. butter and a biscuit, and she just happened to comment, Patricio, she had this cute little nickname, Piojito. 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 It means lice, I found out later. Hi, Piojito. I want to have a baby with you. I want something that is my blood and your blood mixed together. And just being a smart ass, I'm like, nah, Irish and El Salvadorian, I don't know if that's a good mix. You think this city needs another hot-tempered alcoholic mechanic? Which I thought was fucking hilarious. I stabbed you. That's the only reason I got out of the way, and she announced it. I was like, oh, Zorro, time out. Let's think about this for a second. She got mad. Toward the end of our marriage, she's like, I don't cook for you no more. I don't fuck you no more. No pupusa of any kind, no. But I knew that hot Latin blood was going to get kicked, and I just had to wait her out. And it was tough because I was young when we were married, and all the young guys in here know, and all the other guys might remember. When you're young, you wake up with your dick hard enough you could fight crime with it. And I woke up one morning, I'm like, nothing? You can't, nothing? Like, nothing? Fine. Sana, colita de rana. I did that one just for you. You're welcome. Nothing. But I knew it, sure enough, that Latin, hot-tempered, sexy blood started kicking in, and all of a sudden old Thunderbird looks fucking delicious. The thing about her was she does not know how to cuss in English very well, and I hold grudges. So when she looked at me all sexy, like, I papi, I want you to fuck me over. You heard me. I want you to come over here and fuck me over like I've never been fucked over before. I want the biggest fuck over, like, wow, I'm getting fucked over. I'm like, all right. So I had her deported. I sent that bitch right back to Topeka where she came from. Constant arguing. I think that's the thing though. I think relationships, like just, women are much better arguers than guys. Yes. Much better. Guys have no matter how smart we are, when we get in an argument, we just don't know how to get the right leverage. Like, if a girl accuses a guy of something, if they come with an accusation, we don't, even when we're doing the thing we weren't supposed to be doing, we get caught off guard. Well, my second wife had these cupcakes from Sprinkles for this tea party, and I fucked them up. I demolished them. And she came in, I'm sitting with frosting and crumbs all over me. Patrick, where's the cupcakes I had for my party? Where the cupcakes at? And shit. And I'm sitting going, cupcakes? Stewie? You had cupcakes? I don't know. I mean, I'm stalling, just cupcake. Did I eat the cupcake? Just repeating it over like that's going to do something. And just like I couldn't think of anything. But if the tables were turned and I tried to accuse her, automatically she would come back like, hey, babe, I was going to watch the game later and I was going to have some beer and eat some chips. And I can't find my chips. Did you eat the chips? Did I eat the chips? Patrick, did I eat the chips? You're asking me if I eat your chips. Is that what you're saying to me? So you think I'm just some fat bitch that ain't got nothing better to do than eat chips. Is that what you're saying? You're saying I'm fat. Is that what you're saying? I'm a fat, chip-eating bitch. Okay, let me tell you something. I don't even like those chips, Patrick. Who is she? Who is she? Because I didn't eat them, and you didn't eat them. Who is the chip-eating whore you let in this house? Bruh, let me smell your dick. If your dick smells like Cool Ranch, I will fucking kill you. Like, shit, I'm gonna get a carrot stick and shut the fuck up before... Jesus. How we doing for time? Good? Alright. My second wife Black chick. Beautiful, best friend. I think I was clearing some stuff out and I found the first porn I'd ever seen ever. National Geographic. Anybody else? The first naked lady you ever saw was. And I think that's why I date as internationally as I do, is because it just, you know, it was the J.C. Penney underwear holiday part of the catalog, and then when I found National Geographic, whoa, like it's, you know, I'd lie and be like, oh, I'm reading about archaeology, but really I'm looking at those Amazonian titties, like, you know what I mean, like 12 rings around her neck, she's got a baby on one nipple and a goat on the other, and just, ooh. I get excited every time I hear the soundtrack to The Lion King. I get... It's the colonizer in me. It just rises up. Yeah, that was it for me, man. I decided right then and there, I'm gonna travel the world. I'm gonna have sex with all kinds. I'm gonna have some Thai pie and I'll go to the desert and have some sand snatch, and I might even get some Muslim muff. I still love to lick them. Be an international lover. My second wife, we grew up together. I've known her over 30 years. She was my best friend before she was ever my wife, and like she's amazing. She has a master's degree in psychology, so. While we were getting together, I'm like, you know, does she really love me? Am I a case study? What's happening here? And then I realized that she got her degree from University of Phoenix. So, like, you know, she can diagnose schizophrenia, but probably couldn't spell it. Like, it's not a real school, baby. Like, your diploma has it comes in screensaver. Like, I don't have, University of Phoenix ain't real. She was raised in a white neighborhood, knew nothing about Black history at all. Like, she knew the highlights, like Oprah, Obama, like she, you know what I mean? Like, she knew the important ones, but she knew nothing about Black history. And I'm a history buff, and it made watching TV in February awkward as fuck, because I would have to explain it and then apologize for it. But we did some terrible shit, babe. I'm sorry. Don't feel that on me now, because they did terrible stuff, but their tongue game, I mean, come on. She knew more than, she knows more about football than any guy I know, so I could hang out with her. She's diabetic, so her pussy tastes like Golden Grams. What's not to like about a girl like that? We wanted to take a vacation together, and this is how I realized she did not really know anything about the real world, that she was sheltered. I was like, babe, we should take a trip to Washington, D.C. Like, I went on my senior trip. It was amazing. We had a great time. Museums and cultural things and really great restaurants, and we can tour this was when Obama was on, we can tour the Obama White House. I know you want to see that. Like, I think it's an amazing trip. I think we should go. She goes, okay, let's do that. I'm like, all right, do you want to fly or do you want to drive? If we fly, we're there in no time. But if we drive, we get to see the country. I know you've never left Texas, but we can see the whole country. This is your chance. You go, depending on if you go fall or spring, you get leaves falling, you get blossoms, whatever. It's a beautiful drive. You go through Virginia, we can go through Memphis, we can cross the Mississippi River. And she goes, I'm going to stop you right there, big boy. I am not going to Mississippi. They do not like interracial couples, and they will hang us. Well, they'll probably just shoot you because you're too fat to get pulled into a tree, but I am not going to Mississippi. And I was like, baby, on this trip, we don't drive through Mississippi. And she had that look that women get when they know they got you, or at least they think they know that you got you. She goes, oh yeah? Then how are we going to cross the Mississippi River then, huh? And I was like, you know what, you're right. I think we should fly. I think we ended up not flying. We ended up just getting divorced. My mother-in-law was my hero. She was the most gospelist, gangsterous woman I ever met in my life. This is a woman that will quote scripture and cuss while she quotes scripture and does it so well you think that shit was written at her. Lord is my shepherd. I don't need shit. My Glock and my staff, they comfort me. She had a trach. She had a trach in her throat. And no one told me that sometimes it falls the fuck off. Any good breath of air, pop. And she would keep talking, like it would sound like somebody changing the radio real fast. You know what I mean? Like there was this neighbor across the street. This punk ass Mr. Johnson. He know the garbage go out on Tuesday. Why this punk ass get out on Wednesday? He just always leave the garbage pop. And she's kicking it around trying to pick it up and still talking like he can just kiss my black ass. I run into the house and get Mama a Dr. Pepper. Diet Dr. Pepper. Mama got the sugar. She was cool. She was cool. We used to watch television together. That was our thing, right? Like she would watch the dumbest shit you could ever imagine. She would, my girl would watch reality shows like 16 and Pregnant and Jersey Shore and, you know, things that, like, yeah, I see why people vote pro-choice. There was a show we used to watch, Sweet 16. Anybody remember that show? Where a 16-year-old got like an $80,000 birthday party. I didn't have that shit where I was growing up. We went to Chuck E. Cheese for my 16th. Well, the boy liked it when he was 6. He'll like it at 16, and I hear they're hiring, so. Tell you what. This one episode, this kid got a $70,000 white-on-white Range Rover completely tricked out. And her dad starts to hand her the keys, and he stops. He goes, hang on a second. I'm going to give you this, but you have to promise to respect me and your mother.
Right.
What kid is going to go, oh, God. I'll tell you what, if we downgrade to a Prius, can I call you a dick whiffle every Friday? Like, what kid's doing that? I used to watch nature shows. I felt like it made me feel smarter to watch a nature show. You learn a lot. You learn a lot from nature shows. You got to watch the old British ones. You can't watch anything else but the old British. You know, like you can't. If the nature show is being hosted by like some guy from like the East Coast, you know what I mean? Like that's what are you really gonna learn? Hey yo, look at that moose. Watch this tiger fuck up that moose. It's got to be the old British ones. You learn a lot. I learned that bears give birth while they hibernate sometimes. Some bears will give birth while they hibernate. Can you imagine that shit? Waking up from a nap? Who the fuck are you? You better go and get Mama Dr. Pepper. My favorite one, I remembered it all these years. I think about it all the time. They dropped this British guy off in the middle of nowhere. And they have, whatever village he wandered into, whatever they cooked for him, he had to eat it. That was the premise of the show. And you know that these guys, that some of these villagers are like, I'm going to fuck with a white person. Today is a good day. Hello, white person. My name is Beachway Mamoni. Welcome to my village. Would you like a bull's herpy balls? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so these villagers convinced this guy that when an honored guest came to the village, he was served the asshole of a boar. And this guy was like, I'm so honored. It was a privilege. Thousands of years of tradition And these guys handed him this smoking O-ring. And this guy looks dead in the camera, and I shit you not, he goes, "In the Serengeti, the Hershey Highway is served al dente." And this guy was just like, I can't fucking wait to tell that to a girl once, like, "You're gonna tongue my dumper? In the Serengeti, the Hershey Highway is served al dente." My name is Patrick L. Puckett. Thank you very, very much. Good night.
Keep it going for Patrick Puckett, everyone. Guy's funnier than hell, man. So glad everyone see. And you know, like I said.